We've been running so much, and we were in Kansas City the weekend before at a cheerleading competition, and I just felt run down.
For India Height, that Wednesday night in March felt almost typical.
Thank goodness I had dinner in the crock pot that night.
She was exhausted from a busy week and thought she might be getting the flu, brushing off her husband's offer to take her to the ER.
No, I'm fine, I'll be fine. I just need to throw up and I'll feel better.
This was no ordinary sickness.
She was just unresponsive in bed. I mean, it just went from night to day.
When her husband Kevin rushes her to the hospital the next day, doctors determined India had gone into septic shock.
The doctor kind of pulled me aside and said, okay, we've called in the chaplain because we don't think she's going to make it. And so it was rough.
Those tumultuous minutes turn into torturous days. India suffers a heart attack, and doctors put her on life support and induce a 10-day coma. She remembers the moment she first saw she no longer had hands or feet.
My first memory is one of my great nurses that I had in the ICU. She was so sweet. And her saying, "I see you looking down at your feet. Do you remember we talked about this?" And I was shaking my head no. And she said, "Remember, I told you that your feet died," or something to that effect. They died and we had to take them off to keep you alive.
When you move into septic shock, your organs start to shut down, and what that does is it shuts off blood circulation, and we see lots of amputations from sepsis, unfortunately.
Tom Heyman, executive director of the Sepsis Alliance, describes sepsis as the body's fast-moving and overwhelming response to any kind of infection.
Sepsis is when that inflammation, that inflammatory response goes haywire, and your body actually starts to attack itself.
Didn't have a clue. Never heard about it. Didn't understand it.
Kevin and India weren't alone. Half of all Americans don't know the signs of this medical emergency. Every hour that passes without treatment, a person's chance of death goes up almost 8%.
I think we calculated and she had about 11% chance of survival.
Doctors later determined India's sepsis was brought on by E. coli.
This is a medical emergency, and I think that's our key message, is that it's not something to be taken lightly. If you really believe that you are sicker than you've ever been before, things are not feeling right, that you don't try to tough it out, you don't wait till Monday, you don't wait till the doctor can see you, you get treatment right away.
I always think about, what if we would have went that night when he first suggested it? Would I still have my hands? Would I still have my feet? Or would I still be in this predicament? I don't know.
83 days spent at Mercy Hospital, overcoming obstacles, challenging herself, and on June 1st, going home.
I think they'll definitely grow up to be more caring people.
Oh, absolutely. Caring, compassionate.
The entire family learning a new way of life.
It had been 7 months since I stood to be able to give him a hug, so that was pretty emotional for the both of us, I think.
I'd like to think I am going to do great things because I lived. I don't know what that is. Hopefully, you allowing me to share my story will help save lives.
Love you. Love you.